Hello, and welcome to the TWU Graduate School YouTube channel. In this video, we are going over TWU specifications versus style guide specifications in regards to your papers. TWU has specifications for quite a number of pages of your thesis or dissertation. We mentioned this throughout the technical manual, but it bears repeating. TWU specifications should supersede any style guide specifications. Think of TWU as the journal you are submitting to. TWU guidelines are depicted visually in the formatting template of the Graduate School Technical Manual. TWU is in charge of the front matter of your document, which consists of everything from the cover page until your list of figures. So table of contents is included, list of tables, list of figures. Some papers may not have figures or tables, in which case the table of contents would be the last page of your front matter. To simplify every page with a lowercase Roman numeral, as well as the cover page, which we specify should not have a page number, falls under TWU's jurisdiction. TWU also dictates what your appendices look like. In regards to the body of your paper, TWU is in charge of the font size, font style, margins, spacing, and page number formatting. It is also in charge of the chapter titles. But to be clear, not the content of the chapter titles. For example, here we say Chapter 1, Introduction, but you could call it Chapter 1, Research Questions, if that works best for your paper. However, the chapter title should have a Roman numeral so as to match the formatting in the table of contents. TWU also specifies that any list, numbered or bulleted, should be indented to 0.5 inches or the same indentation as the start of a new paragraph. And those are the only TWU specifications with regards to your paper. If you are ever confused as to how to go about formatting your paper to TWU specifications, there are two resources we recommend. One, the Graduate School Technical Manual, and two, the new TWU formatting video series. If these resources still don't provide you with an answer to your question, reach out to the graduate formatter. These resources, including the contact information of the graduate formatter, can all be found on the thesis and dissertation webpage for current students of the graduate school. Now that we've clarified what TWU is in charge of, it's time to explain what your style guide dictates. Your style guide is in charge of the body of your paper. It determines how the headings in your paper should be formatted, how your references and citations should appear, how your tables should be set up, how to label your figures, the rules for capitalization, how numbers should be formatted throughout your document, and more. Your style guide is an incredibly important tool, and we recommend getting as familiar with your style guide as soon as possible. To that end, we recommend reviewing the TWU LibGuide for writing and citing. If you go to TWU's library homepage, click on the Subject Guides tab, then choose Browse All Guides. This will take you to a page where the LibGuides are listed alphabetically. Scroll all the way down to Writing and Citing. The important subheading for the purposes of getting familiar with your style guide is the Citation Styles tab. Once clicked, it will show you a list of 8 popular style guides. Allow me to use AMA as an example. Once clicked, the LibGuide shows the library electronic resources as well as the library print resources. The library electronic resource is an electronic copy of the style guide that you can access at any time by logging into the TWU library. The library print resource will take you to TWU's library online database, where you can reserve a physical copy of the style guide to pick up at your convenience. You will also notice in the Writing and Citing Lib guide a tab called Citation Managers. Please use caution when using automatic reference generators such as RefWorks. They are often inaccurate and/or include incorrect information within your citation or reference. If you do utilize this tool, please be sure to review your citations before you submit to the final review process. On pages 35 through 41 of the Graduate School Technical Manual, we include 5 different chapters that demonstrate the setup of 5 different style guides. The way to use this section of the formatting template to your ultimate advantage is to look in the top right-hand corner on the first page of each chapter. For example, on page 35, we indicate that this chapter uses the American Psychological Association's 7th edition style guide formatting. If APA 7 is your style guide, you would use this chapter and this chapter alone as a guide for how to set up the body of your paper. Each chapter showcases how to format your headings according to an associated style guide. For example, in the APA chapter, we show how heading level 1 for APA is centered, capitalized, and in boldface type. In conclusion, TWU is in charge of the front matter, appendices, chapter titles, page numbers, margins, font, and spacing. The style guide is in charge of your paper, the headings, the tables, the figures, the references, and much more. Familiarize yourself with both to ace the review process, and don't be afraid to ask the graduate review team for help if you have specific questions. Happy formatting!